Let's get this out of the way first. Stability matters for hypertrophy, but not in the way that you think, and definitely not in the way that most fitness influencers are portraying it today. If you're strapping yourself up with resistance bands on every movement and hyperfixated on making a movement as stable as possible, you may have lost the plot. Stability, in its most basic sense, is the ability to produce force without unnecessary movement. When you are stable, you are able to focus more energy and effort into the muscle. You are able to push closer to failure in a stable environment as opposed to what would be in an unstable environment. This means you are able to consistently, safely, and reliably target tension into the muscle without being distracted by movement. Stability is foundational, so let's look at what this could mean in the real world. During a bench press, your feet are flat on the floor. Your hands are locked into equipment. Your torso is braced, it's not twisted or swaying. Your setup is repeatable, it's not changing every session. And I do understand the video that was posted about using a band to lock in your arm into a position. This is meant to limit shoulder movement during the exercise, so the triceps can actually go to complete failure. However, I won't dive into the physics of this exercise. The band wasn't actually providing any support. And imagine if every person in the gym trained this way by using a band on every single setup, hugging a bench and a cable machine. No way is that a good idea. If everyone trained this way, everyone would waste more time and the sessions would take longer. These are just distractions, and it is bad for our training economy in the long run. Just while on this, there are different myths going around that free weights are better than machines for inducing hypertrophy because they challenge your stability more. That was the old meta, and now people are saying that cable machines are better than free weights because they are more stable. Just wanted to nip this one in the bud. It does not matter which one you choose to use. It is down to personal preference. Both of these methods have a perfectly acceptable amount of stability in order to target tension into the muscle. Stability does still matter. Your foot placement, hand placement, the bar placement on your back during a squat. A back squat is more stable than a front squat because you are not limited by shoulder movement. Upper back stability and strength, all these other forms of stability that actually matter during a movement for targeting the legs. You still have to learn how to brace during standing movements like squats, deadlifts, overhead press, because when you're trying to push and use intensity, you still need a solid base. The same argument can be made for single leg movements like Bulgarian split squats. It is perfectly acceptable to hold onto a rack if you have a dumbbell in one arm while you are doing them to maintain balance. If you're losing balance on a Bulgarian split squat before you can truly take the legs to failure, then this is something that you should work on. I like to use a single leg press, as you've seen in my training, or you can use a safety squat bar and hold onto a barbell to do single-legged movements. That's also completely fine. Using a Smith machine is also a great way to reduce the instability. But these exercises are outliers. Most conventional exercises that we do in the gym are perfectly stable. For some people, they like to favor a little bit of instability so they can use a bit of cheat. I'm not saying that you should cheat in your training or use cheat reps, but for some people, it works just fine. So if you're on a cable row machine or doing a barbell row and you want to allow some torso movement instead of staying locked into a back machine to row, that's my preference, then that's completely fine. I can't comment on the benefits of instability. Maybe it has some application in certain forms of athletic training. That said, training in unstable environments doesn't seem to be good for any sport. In jiu-jitsu or judo, we always try to have a wide, strong base at all times so we don't get swept. In wrestling, it's not good to have your feet close together. You should maintain as much stability as possible. As for other sports, I can't say if instability is useful or if it's something that you can directly train. I can't really comment. The key takeaways are, if you are able to actually push to failure on a movement as it is, then there are no needs to make a movement more stable, especially if it's going to take away time that is very precious training time from yourself or other people. I'm not saying that we should never look to improve our training, but generally speaking, I would say that this is a case where we need to apply a degree of common sense. And I say that without being patronizing. I totally understand, especially as beginners, that we can't just say to them, use common sense. If you have any questions about stability training, then let me know. I'll make another video on it. Join my free community where we may discuss this in the upcoming webinar. I'll leave the link for the community at the bottom. For all coaching inquiries, reach out to me on Instagram. Peace.